Nothing better than girls high school basketball on a Friday night as we welcome you inside the Matadome in San Diego. Hello, everybody. It's Mount Miguel taking on Monte Vista. And alongside my broadcasting partner, Jonathan Rifkin, I'm Jonah Malkin, delighted to be with you on a Friday night. Johnny, this is going to be a fun matchup. Two of the top teams in the San Diego section squaring off for the first time in 5 years, and it's coming to us tonight.
Oh, it's going to be really fun because Monte Vista, they've never beaten Mount Miguel in the women's series since 2005, right? Mount Miguel has owned this. Now, this has been the best team for the Monarchs in the history between these two teams. So if Monte Vista is going to break that streak, it's going to happen here tonight while we're on the call on a Friday evening in the spring. Why not? This is unprecedented times that we're living in, Jonah. And why not Monte Vista playing to that motif of coming here to Mount Miguel with a packed stand for all intents and purposes and laying on the hurt against Matadors.
Mount Miguel is 24-0 against Monte Vista, but tonight's going to be their biggest challenge because, as you touched on, Johnny, Monte Vista, this might be their best roster ever, led by Samantha Gonzalez, averaging 16 points a game. She's going to be a fun one to watch tonight.
She's going to be electric, and it's going to fall around her because Mount Miguel defensively is very strong. You know they're going to focus on her as the defensive, like, you need to stop her. So what are they going to do in Monte Vista is you have to make sure you're spreading the rock. She's the key. Play through her, adjust what the defense throws at you, and spread that ball as much as possible, looking for the best possible shot.
And then, meanwhile, on the other side for Mount Miguel, Jennifer Moreno averaging 19 points per game. So this is one of those few opportunities where you get to see kind of a star-studded offensive matchup individually. But as you've noted before,
what's up, Coach? Got to say what's up to Ryan Mayer, our head coach of the boys team. Yeah, we're going to talk to you soon, Coach.
How's it going, Coach? Ryan Mayer, the head coach of the
We're doing a little intro. We're live,
team.
so this is the head coach, Ryan Mayer, basketball coach. We'll see him in game number 2 of our doubleheader here tonight. So we'll catch up with him later. But
gotta love those improvisational skills right there. But Johnny, as I was saying though, what's really awesome about this Mount Miguel team that you've touched on since you've seen them so many times is they're not just Jennifer Moreno. They're really deep, and they can beat you with a multitude of players that all contribute.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see Mount Miguel really well coached. They're a perennial powerhouse here, not only in Spring Valley, but all of San Diego. One of the best girls basketball teams this season in San Diego as well. It's going to be really interesting to see how they respond over the last few weeks of building up some continuity, riding a 4-game win streak. Can that continue here tonight on what is a really important night? And I know that you're going to talk about that more as the evening progresses here on the broadcast.
And as I mentioned before, 24-0 is Mount Miguel versus Monte Vista. But tonight, Mount Miguel at number 5 in the CIF San Diego section, Monte Vista number 15 in the San Diego section. So we got a lot more coming up on the pregame show. Starting lineups and keys to the game are coming up next. You are watching an exclusive game of the day presented by the CIF San Diego section. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a moment. We took a trip down the block and it's like a ghost. Just minutes away from opening tip-off here inside the Matadome. Mount Miguel and Monte Vista coming up in just a couple minutes. And Johnny, as we get set for this, what should be a really fun matchup, let's take a look at some of the keys. First for the home team, Mount Miguel and the Matadors.
Yeah, Jonah, this is going to be a game that is won by the team that controls the pace of play. Mount Miguel plays a little bit slower. They're more ball movement heavy, offensive, half-court based style pace of play, but they can speed it up on you in transition and finish strong. Monte Vista, they want to keep things quick as well because they have lights out shooting from around the perimeter. They also are a little bit more guard heavy than what you see at Monte Vista. And so because of that, I think that it's going to be imperative that Monte Vista controls the pace of play early, and that will allow them, if they can get up early and build some momentum, they'll be able to capitalize. Being down going into the second half is a tough hill to climb against a very dynamic, as I mentioned, Mount Miguel offense.
And then shifting, we've obviously highlighted the marquee matchup, Jennifer Moreno for Mount Miguel. But as you were kind of touching upon Monte Vista, Samantha Gonzalez has been on a tear this season, scored a season-high 29 points not too long ago. So we know that she can get cooking. What are the keys for them in trying to not only slow down this Mount Miguel offense, but also generate points on their end?
Yeah, communicate. Defense leads the offense. If you communicate and you rotate, there's going to be off-ball switching. There's going to be, cuts. There's going to be backdoor screens. There's going to be baseline movement. If you, as Mount Miguel, can find a way to lock her up, as you see a really nice handshake on the far side. By the way, the Mount Miguel jerseys are just for tonight. Jonah will explain why they're in their breast cancer awareness, but these are awesome jerseys and what is a really just a phenomenal night that they're doing in honor of a former player here at Mount Miguel. But going back to the key to the game, yeah, defense leads the offense. Switches, communication on defense, force turnovers, turn those into points.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Monte Vista Monarchs, obviously we touched on Sammy Gonzalez, the junior, also Messiah Flournoy, and Meadow Delino, who leads the team in assists. And then also the sophomore Angelina DeLeon and the junior Sanaya Rayleigh round out the starting five for the visiting Monarchs. And for the home team, Mount Miguel Matadors, Natalie Bravo, the 5'9 junior, having a tremendous season of her own. Zayna Hurst, the other guard in the backcourt, and Jennifer Moreno, who we've highlighted in the pregame, averaging 19 points per game as just a sophomore. And the front court, Aranja Fonseca, the forward senior, 6 feet, just a tremendous contributor to this season. And then Ichel Rojo, the point guard sophomore, tied for the most assists on the team. So this one should be a fun one. Again, Mount Miguel has won 24 straight. So the visiting Monarchs will try and end that streak tonight. So great to have fans in the stands here in San Diego. Just an underrated part of the experience, both for us selfishly as the broadcasters, but more.
Oh, I'm hyped, Jonah. Let's go. I'm hyped.
Mount Miguel 8-2, Monte Vista 10-2. So both of these teams having a tremendous season, and of course the ref standing perfectly right in the line of vision.
They want some love too here, tip. Jonah.
And away we go. And right away, Jennifer Moreno, perfect on point, scores the first 2 points for the Matadors.
Yeah, quick right off the block. Monte Vista wasn't ready, thought they were going to see a half-court set.
Mount Miguel up 2-0 early in this game as Gonzalez, the Monarchs' leading scorer, tries to answer and can't hit. These teams certainly like to push the pace. As a turnover inside and recovered by the Matadors. Up top, Moreno again, 2 for 2, 5-0 lead for the Matadors.
They're moving quickly, but that was a half-court set. And by the way, look at the defense here, Jonah. 2-3 zone, but a half-court trap. Monte Vista has to find a way to move the ball into the middle of the paint and play around the perimeter.
Monarchs averaging 54 points per game. DeLeon banks it in.
Banks are open here on a Friday night, Jonah. And easy way here for Monte Vista to get on the board was by the perimeter jump shot.
Both teams playing aggressive defense. Nice find inside to Hurst, and she'll back it out. Fonseca whips a pass inside. Off the mark is Rojo. They get it back, and they can't finish.
That was quite a cut, though, on the baseline, Jonah. Like I said, off-ball movement is very prevalent for that Mount Miguel offense. They just couldn't finish.
Backdoor pass is snuffed away. Here's Moreno, who has all 5 points for the Matadors. Rojo gets her feet set, and that three dropped in.
That's what they call the home roll right there, Jonah. The rim may or may not, the roll may or may not go in the favor of the away team, but here at home, it always goes in favor.
And a turnover. Bravo will draw the foul and go to the free throw line. This defense has been hellacious all season for the Matadors, limiting teams to 36 points per game, and you're seeing why. Just flying to the basketball. They've already caused 2 turnovers with just under 6 minutes remaining in the first.
Yeah, very fast-paced game through the opening 2 minutes. Start off with that Mount Miguel bucket. It sort of set the tone for the next 2 possessions. But Monte Vista, don't be surprised if they have a little fight in them. This is early going minutes, and as we know, folks, in basketball, the opening 8 minutes, the opening 16 minutes of high school basketball doesn't always necessarily tell a story, especially in high-quality girls basketball.
So Bravo gifts the Monarchs 2 missed free throws. Could have been an opportunity to stretch the lead. Gonzalez tried to split the double, and too strong.
Nice stutter step, though, to get some space.
Up ahead, pounce pass, Rojo inside. Bravo counted and a foul. Textbook fast break off the miss. And the Monarchs are struggling to keep up with this Matadors pace.
Really nice ball movement. That's what we talked about, right? That was 3 passes. Typically what you see is the initial cutter that gets that lead pass is the one who lays it up, but instead there was a dump off for a better layup opportunity, and it led to an and one for the Mount Miguel offense.
11-2, the Matadors in front. 5:35 to go in the first quarter. Good denial. Recovered. Here's Gonzalez. Drives the paint. Too strong. Offensive rebound by DeLeon, and Gonzalez is hacked on the way up, and she'll go to the free throw line. Sammy Gonzalez, the junior, 16 points per game. Leads the team in total points, field goals made, and free throws made with 37.
Yeah, Fonseca just bodied her up. Got the first block, but gave up the offensive rebound as you see the front end of the 2 here go in. Second time, though, she turned around. Fonseca, though, got blown for the foul.
Knocks down both. 7-point lead, 11-4 for the Matadors. And Rojo doing a lot of dribbling in the backcourt, able to find Moreno. Full court press being employed by the Monarchs. Moreno, great dish inside, and Hurst is fouled. Almost a one-person breaking of the press right there by Jennifer Moreno.
Remember, we just want to say this is the first of a doubleheader here on the stream tonight. So if you're looking for the boys game, that'll be at 7 o'clock after. But this girls game just beginning, going very, very well. And I guess for Mount Miguel, as they get to the line once again, if you're Monte Vista, keep slowing that pace down, because right now Mount Miguel is looking to run. You want to keep the possession. At least you want to maintain possession for as long as possible. Keep the ball out of the offense at Mount Miguel, as you saw the trip go 1 for 2 there. And establish some sort of opportunity for yourself on your own offensive side to get the easy basket down low.
And a turnover inside. Gonzalez tried to thread the needle to Delino. And again, head coach Sabrina Jimenez opting for the full court press. I mean, trying to generate some turnovers.
Easiest way to force a turnover, like you just said. But the problem is you're playing to the fast pace of play that Mount Miguel wants to run with when you play that full court pressure.
Rojo on the crossover. No good, and the follow's up and in for Fonseca.
Yeah, by far the lengthiest athlete on the floor right now, utilizing that length to her advantage on the offensive glass. And that's a benefit for Mount Miguel, is you can just throw one up and know that she's in there roaming the offensive glass.
Three-pointer is down and good for Flournoy, the three-point marksman who leads the team in three-point field goals made, now with 19 on the season. Ends a little run by the Monarchs, and it's back to a 7-point lead. Moreno with an answer. A deep triple for Jennifer Moreno. She is cooking in the first quarter.
Oh, Jennifer Curry came out tonight here with the 30-footer. What an answer back from deep.
Again, this defense just swarming. Ball is loose, picked up by the Matadors, and a little miscommunication, so give them right back to Monte Vista. But already, Johnny, 4 turnovers in this first quarter for the Monarchs. They have to clean up that part of the ball.
Yeah, they have to find a way, like I said, to just establish that offensive continuity, slow the pace of play down, and get easy baskets. It's tough. Mount Miguel's a very good defensive team, but Monte Vista has some talent on offense. They just have to find a way to stop giving the ball back like in that situation and put the ball in the hoop instead.
And there's a turnover stolen by Delino, and she misses the layup. Leads the team with steals, but couldn't finish. Give and go. Rojo off the mark. Gets her own miss. Back inside to Fonseca. And a quick timeout taken by Coach Sandoval. 19-7 is the lead for the Matadors. Want to take this time to recognize Mission Federal Credit Union. Mission Federal Credit Union is proud to partner with the CIF San Diego section. Mission Fed Credit Union is a proud partner of the CIF San Diego and San Diego's largest member-owned, not-for-profit, full-service financial institution exclusively serving San Diego County. Banking at Mission Fed means doing good for San Diego by putting money back into the communities of San Diego through supporting and helping hundreds of local nonprofit organizations. And if you don't like that, I don't know what you want to root for.
Look, Jonah, I suck at numbers, okay? I'm terrible at numbers. Mission Fed helps me compartmentalize my finances. Check out Mission Fed Credit Union, folks.
We appreciate Mission Fed Credit Union being an official sponsor of the CIF San Diego section. 12-point lead for the Matadors. And another turnover. And now jump ball. Bravo and De Leon getting tied up. Possession arrow will stay with the visiting Monarchs. The length and the height of Mount Miguel really starting to come through. Every shot being contested for the most part. But that's a great out-of-bounds play. Gonzalez will finish. Back to a 10-point lead, 19-9, under 3 minutes to play in the first.
Yeah, nice cut, good control. Well-executed out-of-bounds play here for Monte Vista, trying to garner the momentum back in their own favor.
Moreno inside. Fonseca banks it in. And again, 6 feet is Fonseca. They just have no answer inside for her.
I believe that's a turnover, Joan, on the sideline here.
Well defended. Utilizing that 6th defender, that sideline. Just 1 team foul for Mount Miguel, 3 team fouls for Monte Vista. Rojo dumps it inside. Williams Pope can't finish. And the rebound taken by Yasmin Al-Assadi, who just checked in for the Monarchs. Monarchs have won 3 of their last 4 games. Gonzalez penetrating. And nearly ripped that one through. And De Leon is called for the travel. Coach Robbie Sandoval laying into Williams Pope, was hoping for a little more ball movement. And a reach and foul.
I mean, just a lot, very intense coach, but his players know that he means well. He's one of the best, man. He's one of the best in San Diego, and he's gonna coach you as hard as you're gonna go out and play for him. And it's intense, but it's something that I think the players really appreciate here.
His 21st season as the head coach here, so really just a staple and has built this program. And we'll touch on their achievements as throughout the course of this broadcast. But you can see it in the attention to detail of the Matadors as Moreno misses inside and Williams-Pope is fouled on the putback. But another kind of blown defensive assignment there.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, what did I say the biggest key of the game was here for Monte Vista? And we're seeing it in the first quarter as an Achilles heel. It's communication. You got to switch on defense. You got to communicate your switches. Right now, people are players rather defensively are just getting lost. They're not communicating the switches, and it's opening up holes, especially on the blocks for the Matador offense to take advantage.
So Williams-Pope knocks down both free throws, 23-9. Matadors in front by 14, 1:43 and counting remaining in the first. And Williams-Pope pokes it away. Rojo denied inside, but it will be a foul, a late whistle, but it will send Ichel Rojo to the free throw line. Not the worst foul, though, if you're Monte Vista. Rojo just a 56% free throw shooter on the season.
No, I mean, in terms of making her earn it, that was the right play to make defensively. But now you have 16 fouls here with an entire quarter to play in the first half, which means free throws the rest of the way. Now bonus and then double bonus time for the Mount Miguel offense. So Monte Vista has to play a cleaner game throughout the rest of the second half here. Plenty of time, obviously. It's still the first quarter. The momentum has shifted to Mount Miguel, but Monte Vista has found pockets offensively to score the ball and switch that momentum back. This is a big opportunity for them to do just that here, back on the offensive end.
25-9, Matadors in front, under 130 remaining in the first. And a jump ball.
Jump ball, possession
Will be called. And possession will stay here with the Monarchs. Or rather, it should have been, the home team. So Mount Miguel, I remember the first jump ball was to the Monarchs, so that's the right call. But their defense, you could argue, has been more of the storyline than their offense. Again, one team foul for Mount Miguel. Williams-Pope with the deep catch. Righty hook shot too strong. Rojo with an offensive rebound. Back out. Three-pointer off the mark by Hurst. And it's tapped right to Rojo. Misses the point-blank layup. Moreno lobs it inside. Knocked away by Rayleigh, and will stay underneath. 21 seconds on the shot clock, 47 on the game clock. $16-point lead for the Matadors. Moreno off the curl, knocks down the three.
There you go. It felt like there was a bit of a melancholic flow to the game up to that point over the last 2 minutes. And finally, on either side, somebody doing something.
Another turnover. Hurst takes it away and takes it coast to coast. It's 30-9. Matadors with a 21-point lead under 20 seconds remaining in the first.
I like the attempt here. I think it was on the floor. But that was the old Chris Paul move, right, where you try to draw the contact and fire up a wild shot after.
Why not?
Sometimes it works for James Harden. I'll tell you that. It works for Sue Bird.
Sure.
But it doesn't work here today so far.
Though I think James Harden would argue in the postseason it hasn't always worked for him.
I don't need to argue with James Harden about anything right now.
Gonzalez with 7 seconds, drives the paint, throws up a wild shot, no good. And that'll do it for the first quarter. What a first quarter statement by the Matadors. 30-9 over Monte Vista. And the Monarchs And with this 21-point lead, when we take a look at the score, Scorebook Live is the official digital content partner of the CIF and your destination for following all your favorite teams and players. Head to scorebooklive.com for scores, live play-by-play, and more. And when we think about play-by-play and scores, East Bay, another one of the special sponsors.
East Bay?
East Bay.
Tell me about East Bay, Jonah.
East Bay is the official athletic retail partner of the CIF and home to all of your game day needs with a wide selection of high-performance athletic apparel and shoes. As you can see, the apparel, Johnny and I wearing the same apparel. East Bay will make sure you're ready to dominate the day. Head to eastbay.com today to find your fit. Johnny, I'm pretty sure you bought your trousers from East Bay, didn't you?
I did. I brought my shoes, my socks, and my trousers. The shirt.
Well, this is why you're matching the best you've ever matched.
Oh, I've never looked better. The tan that I have is even from East Bay. So East Bay really bringing the heat here as we hit the second quarter.
So, Johnny, when we take a look at what transpired in the first quarter, heading into the second quarter, Matadors obviously with a 21-point lead. What do the Monarchs have to do to try and get themselves back in?
Slow down the pace of play and stop turning over the ball needlessly. I think that half-court trap is playing more of a placebo effect than it's actually working on a physical level. What that Monte Vista is enacting, because what Monte Vista is, or rather what Mount Miguel is doing, because what Mount Miguel is doing, they're not really pressing too hard up at that mid-court line, but Monte Vista is rushing passes and turning over the ball. If they can clean up those turnovers and also force some stops, turn those stops into easy baskets, they can get back into this.
Just 9 points in the first quarter for the Monarchs. As Flournoy knocks it off her leg, and another turnover to start the second quarter. Jennifer Moreno has led the way for both teams, 11 points. 3 3-pointers as well. Rojo, nice no-look pass inside to Fonseca for the layup. 32-9. Matadors have won 4 straight games, looking to make it 5, and a great hustle play by Rojo. Lead pass up ahead, and Fonseca rushed it. And here's DeLeon trying to split another double team. Matadors out and running. Fonseca lays it up and in, and a quick timeout taken by head coach Sabrina Jimenez. They have to be a little bit concerned about their conditioning and health. And speaking of Adventist Health, Adventist Health congratulates all CIF student athletes, their schools, and supporting communities for their achievements. Your strength inspires us to do more than practice medicine. You inspire us to transform lives. Adventist Health, the official healthcare partner of the CIF, together inspire.
Yeah, and during a year, Jonah, unlike any other, where healthcare workers have put their entire personal lives on hold to be at the forefront of this pandemic, to make sure that we can have a semblance of normalcy, not just us here behind the booth, but student athletes out there on the court and on the field and on the diamond as well. So we appreciate Adventist Health and all the healthcare workers out there putting in the work to make sure that we can have as normal of a life as we can during what has been the hardest year for most people of their entire lives.
Putting their lives at the forefront.
And I mean, talk about these
commendable.
Absolutely. And for these students, I mean, without health and safety guidelines, they wouldn't be on the court right now. So
absolutely. 34-9, under 7 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Another errant pass, this time by Gonzalez, the culprit. Rojo, no look, and takes it all the way to the cup.
Oh, man, was that beautiful, Jonah. That was just a stutter step on the baseline, beat her man to the block. Nice touch off the glass for 2.
Averages 13 points per game as there's a foul on the floor. Delino was attacking the rim. And one of the things about Rojo that makes her so dynamic of a playmaker is she does more than just score points, leads the team or is tied for the most assists and steals on the team. So we've seen a lot of that on display so far tonight.
Very active, very smart perimeter defender. Obviously the team facilitator as well. She wears many hats, but really just a leader, quality athlete all around.
Flournoy trying to get the Monarchs going. Floater's too strong, but we'll stay under here. 36-9. Monarchs with the basketball underneath.
Good pressure in the corner. Not a lot of movement off the ball from Monte Vista, and that's what forced the turnover.
Rojo leaking out on the other end, and Moreno finds her for the deuce. And I think we both expected this game to perhaps be a little bit closer early on. Are you surprised at all by the turnovers from the Monarchs early in this ball game?
I'm surprised by the turnovers, but I'm not surprised by the defense. I mean, Mount Miguel is just so well put together defensively. They rotate, they move, they communicate. They're in the passing lanes. They put the pressure on. They play with intensity defensively. And if you see, Jonah, the defense turns to offense motto really starts and ends with Mount Miguel because that's what they do. They are a defensive-based team that is capitalizing on good defense by also transitioning into solid offense. We're seeing most of their baskets are coming from transition points or free throws.
The Matadors average 15.5 steals per game, and they are certainly well on their way to achieving that tonight. Flournoy, a little loose with the rock. Rojo, 2-on-2, tries to take it herself. Williams-Pope there to clean it up.
The way that Rojo flips those layups in, it almost feels like they look like they defy gravity. Like it's just sort of floating up there. That last one was a little bit too high and too soft off the glass, but really luxury, like a nice luxury to have for a player to be able to have that kind of a touch.
40-9. Matadors in front, a 31-point lead. Last touched by Delino, so will stay here side out for Mount Miguel, averaging 70 points per game, but already at 40 with 5:11 to go in the second. And they've had some really high-scoring ball games and wins this season. They scored 103 points in their season opener, and then in a win over Valhalla, scored 103. Gonzalez able to adjust and flip it up and in.
Yeah, nice steal right there for Gonzalez, able to run that break and stave off the contest for the two.
Those are just her 4th points of the ball game for the leading scorer for the Monarchs. Set 8th team foul now against the Monarchs, something that you highlighted, Johnny, how at the end of the first quarter they'd already picked up 6, which is putting the Matadors in the bonus. Moreno, a 75% free throw shooter at the line, and knocks down both. She's got 13 points to lead all scorers in this first half. Delino able to take it away from Williams-Pope, was able to gather inside, and it's 42-13.
Activity defensively. Everybody kind of just standing around lack thereof is really what I should be saying.
Pope on the roll to the rim. Perfect pass by Hurst on the pick and roll, and it's a 44-13 ball game. The unselfishness from the Matadors is really incredible to watch. Every player, you can tell, just wants their teammates to succeed and to flourish. And that's such a rare quality when you see, especially at the high school level, when sometimes egos can get in the way. That's not the case with this Matadors team.
Yeah, no, not. You don't really see that in San Diego. It's really interesting. I think that continuity, like team basketball, I've seen here in this region of high school sports is far more, like continuity is stressed far more here than in a lot of places where you have 1 or 2 dominant players, and those are the ones that are featured most possessions down the court. Here, good basketball, it doesn't matter where you go, whether it's Mount Miguel or La Jolla Country Day, Del Norte. I mean, everybody, all the good basketball teams, Jonah, everybody is they stress team play.
Speaks to the quality of the players here in San Diego, the student athletes.
Some of the best. I mean,
and the coaches, because that's where it stems from.
5 first-round draft picks in the WNBA this year came from San Diego, like from players who have previously played in San Diego. And by the way, Arizona women's basketball coach, she went to Mission Bay High School down here in San Diego, right? She got to a national championship, lost to Stanford, who has 3 girls on their team from San Diego. So I mean, girls basketball in San Diego is second to none across anywhere else in the nation.
Talent is obviously there, but the character is what's been shining through.
And Mount Miguel is at the forefront of both talent, but also the
Absolutely.
character.
Moreno hits the first, a 1-1.
Yeah, everybody was confused. They thought it was an and one. She wasn't confused, though. She stayed put at the free throw line.
It's both 46-13, 4 minutes to go in the second. Inside the Matadome, or how they call it here, the Mount. And most teams have huge mountains to climb when they are playing this Matadors team. Williams Pope with a little shoulder bump and lays it up and in. Timeout by head coach Jimenez. Once again, 48-13. And this game is brought to you by CIF Sports 365. Download the CIF Sports 365 mobile app for Apple and Android to connect with all your favorite teams and access to schedules, rosters, scores, statistics, and more. Never miss a moment with CIF Sports 365. I know that I have the app. I know that you have the app.
Well,
Why not?
You can listen to us on the app.
That's
it's
true. Or
really
you can
important.
Listen to us. More importantly, you can follow all the action. Such a cool feature with this app as well.
You know, Jonah, it's interesting during this timeout. I know it's 48-13, but I feel like Mount Miguel has still talked about what they can do to improve in this game, right? Because that's the culture. You talk about culture in these programs, like you're going to see them go as hard as they can for the rest of this game. They could be up 100-0. They could be down 100-0. It doesn't matter. This team is going to put in 100% of their effort until the very end, right? Through all 8 minutes of each quarter.
They certainly need to change their attitude right now. Down by 35, 48-13, 3:28 remaining in the second quarter. They retain possession underneath. Really, Samantha Gonzalez is the only one to have been able to kind of get it going a little bit. But she wasn't ready for that inbounds pass. Taken away by Moreno, 2v1. No look pass. She'll take it herself coast to coast, and it's 50-13.
That fake was so good, she got both of us, Jonah. I thought she was going to give it up, but it was a little Rondo-esque, wasn't it, right there? The fake pass down the baseline, free up the space, and lay it up beautifully for two.
Absolutely. The sophomore leading the team in points and field goals made, and another errant pass. Looked like it might have been off the fingertips of Rojo, but they'll say it'll stay here with the Matadors. Moreno being hounded. Monarchs trying to increase their pressure. Three-pointer in the corner, drops in for Zayna Hurst, her first three-pointer of the ball game, and it's a 40-point lead, 53-13. And I think, Johnny, when you start to see a bunch of your teammates score, it becomes contagious because Hurst isn't even really known as a three-point shooter, but yet shooting it with tremendous confidence.
Yeah, try it again there. I mean, look, this is a team of athletes honing their skills, and that's being able to shoot is part of that.
And the way that the game has changed, the importance of that three-point shot can really just get you back into any ball game. Hurst, 2 for 2 from downtown. 56-13, under 2 minutes to play in the first half. On the one hand, certainly not the game that we expected to see, but on the other hand, you have to appreciate what the Matadors are doing defensively. Delino can't stop the run. Moreno, nifty move inside, can't finish. Delino fouled by Hurst on the rebound.
I mean, yeah, you got to acknowledge and truly appreciate just good basketball, and that's what Mount Miguel is playing here tonight so far. Just good, solid defense turned into offense basketball. They're working hard. They're communicating. They're looking for the best possible shot. It's really a quality game to watch. And for Monte Vista, I mean, look, there are moments of breath in life here. And I think you got to take what you can get. This is a team that is still currently rebuilding. And here in Spring Valley, it's tough when you're competing against the Mount Miguels and the Steel Canyons to get athletes at these schools. But I think Monte Vista's in the right spot. I really do. And I think they have a great coach and a great program. And there's going to be, look, this entire half to play here tonight. There's going to be takeaways that are positive at the end of this game regardless.
And this game certainly isn't indicative of the type of season that they've had, as Gonzalez is fouled on the way up. Again, 10-2 this year. They had won 3 straight games prior to losing their last game to Maranatha Christian in an emotional game, 69-55. So it's possible that in a tighter game like that, a little bit draining. So this team is more than capable, as you talked about, of stepping it up and turning the tide in the second half.
And they have some very good wins, Jonah. I mean, the 66-65 win against Helix is really good. The Granite Hills win is good. Montgomery, I mean, they beat Coronado. This is a team that has played some very quality teams and won. So it's not like this is what you would expect. Tough fall right there, by the way.
Jennifer Moreno has gotten quite comfortable at the free throw line, going back for her 5th and 6th free throws. Now the Matadors in the double bonus, the 10th team foul called against the Monarchs. On the season, the Matadors average 6 made free throws per game. They've already eclipsed that mark with another half remaining. 58-14. Under 1 minute to go in the second. Gonzalez, nice crossover, and called for the travel.
Really nice move. She just got a little ahead of herself. When you make that second stride, you got to put the ball up. Unfortunately, I think that her spatial awareness was just a bit off. She thought she had a little bit more space. When she recognized she didn't, took that extra step, and that was the turnover.
45 seconds to go in the first half. Matadors trying to build on a 44-point lead. Hurst again connects from downtown. Make it 3 straight for Zayna Hurst, and it's 61-14.
Mission Hills Jenna Clark is the only girls basketball player this year that I've seen that has an on-par 3-point shot like we see with Hurst. I mean, just phenomenal shooting here in the first half and just a clean look every single time.
Just stroking it with tremendous confidence. As a jump ball, nice tie-up by Hurst. So doing it both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. And able to get back possession as well. Bravo inside. Fonseca, quick turn. Too strong. Ed called for the foul.
Yeah, a frustration foul right there. Really good post move, and that's something that they've been working on with her, is getting her on that block, utilizing that footwork to get the ball up because she's lankier than most athletes defending her. Unfortunately, right there, though, a little too hard off the glass, off that right block, and the foul to fall, which puts a bonus up on the board here for Monte Vista. So with 6.1 to go, Jonah, they'll have a 1-on-1.
Monte Vista averages 54 points per game. They're at 14 right now. So they've been certainly struggling on the offensive side. It doesn't help when you're not hitting your free throws, but a violation, lane violation, against the Matadors will give her another shot. Neto Delino, the junior, at the line for her first free throw attempts of the night.
So I think that she gets another one because the lane violation canceled out the first miss.
Yep. 6.1 seconds remaining. 61-15. Off the heel, rebound taken by Brown. Rojo will have to go the length of the floor. 1 second, half court heave, got it! Perfect exclamation point to what's been a sensational offensive half for Mount Miguel. Wow, what a shot, 64-15. And the Matadors with all kinds of momentum heading into the break. 64-15 after the first half. You're watching an exclusive game of the day. It's a Prep Insider CIF San Diego section basketball game of the day, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. We'll be back in about 8 minutes. And welcome back, everyone. We are just seconds away from the start of the second half, which is presented by Mission Federal Credit Union.
Tell me about Mission Fed.
I will, Johnny. Mission Federal Credit Union is proud to partner with the CIF San Diego section. Mission Fed Credit Union is a proud partner of the CIF San Diego and San Diego's largest member-owned, not-for-profit, full-service financial institution exclusively serving the San Diego County. Banking at Mission Fed means doing good for San Diego by putting money back into the communities of San Diego through supporting and helping hundreds of local nonprofit organizations. And as we take a look at the pink pin on the shirt of head coach Robbie Sandoval, we want to take this moment to recognize and appreciate, as tonight's game is dedicated to the memory of Genevieve Costello, one of Mount Miguel's finest student athletes. Class of 2005, passed away from breast cancer on May 7th in 2013. Just a true professional, three-time CIF champion, all CIF for junior and senior year. She went undefeated in the Grossmont South League as a four-time league champion, and because of her hard work on and off the court, I'll talk more about her in a second.
Good, great best friends and teammate, Genevieve Costello. I just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. It's a special night to celebrate a very special person. I most especially want to thank Jen. Thanks for always letting me be a part of your life and heart. I remember the first time meeting you. We were both trying on our Pop Warner football gear for Los Toros. And since I was a girl, they sent me in a closet to try it on. Who knew when I opened that closet door that I would see another tomboy changing and trying on the same football gear, and that she would later be such an impact on my life. At first, I was like, what's this girl doing in here? I'm the only girl. Then I saw her first hit. She blasted a kid on his back. I was more than okay with her playing after that. She went on to run the backcourt with me and help lead us to win our high school's first CIF championship. Even with the twisted purple ankle, she wasn't gonna let anything stop her. She really was to me my little me. Anybody that saw us on the court would sometimes mix us up. We wore the same bun. Once I graduated, the other coaches were mad that they still had to deal with Jen. She taught me how to surf. I said one day after reffing some basketball games in the summer, hey, I want to surf. She said, okay, let's go tomorrow. Sure enough, the next day we were there. She brought a couple of surfboards, and we were riding waves together at South Mission. Jen lived life to the fullest, and in her honor, that's all I pledge to do. Do what you love, do what makes you happy, and do it to your best potential. Most importantly, live like it's your last day. Today, we play for Jen, but every day, I hope everybody lives for Jen. Thank you.
Beautiful words spoken by one of her, not teammates, but a mentor for her and a friend. And again, just such a commendable act, such an incredible gesture for someone who was such an integral part of this program and graduated in 2010 from UC Davis as well.
And of course, her family sitting right there in the front row. They shouted them out before the game. Great round of applause, moment of silence as well. I mean, it's amazing that a program at Mount Miguel can carry on a legacy like this to 2021 and beyond, and still show that the impact is felt throughout this community. It's amazing. It's sad, but it's amazing.
And her teammates have been showing out in her honor as well, as Mount Miguel is up 64-15 as we begin the second half. Rojo, shovel pass inside. Moreno, no finish. Fonseca denied inside. And we'll go back to the Monarchs. And as we transition now to the visiting Monte Vista Monarchs, Johnny, what must they do in the second half to at least try and get back and climb into this lead, or at least dig into this deficit a bit?
Take advantage of your half-court sets. Now is an opportunity. You're just forced to stop to get into your half-court set. Don't turn over the ball and look for the easiest possible bucket. That's what they need to do here in the second half.
Gonzalez, the leading scorer for the Monarchs, with 7 points, which turns it over there. Full court pass, and Fonseca can't finish. Bravo there to clean it up. That's what they've been doing all night, crashing the glass, getting a lot of easy second chance points just by running the floor hard.
Yeah, the transition offense has been stellar, and they always follow the leading runners, Monte Vista calls timeout to be able to follow just in case there's a miss, which is what we saw on the previous basket for Monte Vista.
And we take this moment to recognize the CCPOA, the California Correctional Peace Officers Association, is a CIF statewide contributing partner. CCPOA with 30,000 members and their families supporting a brighter day and tomorrow for California's student athletes. Again, just a great partner of the CIF San Diego section. And speaking of great partners of the CIF San Diego section, have you eaten tonight, Johnny?
I know have not, but I know what I'm craving.
I know what I'm craving too. Those Epic Wings and Things.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
Epic Wings and Things has the tastiest wings in town. When you're in the mood for wings, there's only one place to go. Epic Wings and Things, the best wings in town, and a proud sponsor of the CIF San Diego
Shona,
section.
if there was a headset near my stomach right now, my stomach could do color.
Do you want to just order wings?
Broadcast. You want to order wings and things right now?
We're going to be here for the doubleheader. You're calling the men's game just around the corner.
So during the men's plug, am I eating the wings is what you're saying on the broadcast?
Well, obviously, I'll be occupied, so you're kind of going to be on your own.
All right.
But it'll be worth it because we have the wings from Epic Wings and Things.
I agree. Best wings in the business, man.
66-15, Mount Miguel. 8-2 record on what's already been a tremendous season. Coming off a win versus Grossmont, 75-27, and on their way to extending their win streak to 5 in a row.
I mean, this is a team, Jonah. One of their 2 losses was to La Jolla Country Day, who is the #1 team in the nation. And I've seen La Jolla Country Day a few times this season. They are the best team in the nation. And when you only lose by 16, I mean, that's a pretty good game.
Icho Rojo with the and one. She'll go to the free throw line. She's had a tremendous first half and now an entire game. Already now up to 12 points in the first, well, I guess you could say about 18 minutes nearly in this ballgame. But she's been doing so much. Active hands, deflections, steals. She's really been the most complete player tonight when you take a look at Mount Miguel.
Yeah, and that's saying a lot because they've done a great job spreading the wealth and each player stepping up to the plate and contributing in their own way here tonight. So she really has been at the top of the pyramid of performance here for the Matadors this evening.
Matadors number 5 in the CIF San Diego section, ranked number 11 in California. Bravo, pocket 3, got it. 72-15 Matadors with a huge lead.
I mean, you see why, Jonah. They're one of the best teams in the state. In a state with, again, a team, the #1 team in the nation that they played and competed against very well. Mount Miguel moves the ball just as well or better than almost anybody in the business.
And there's a turnover. Fonseca up ahead for Bravo and just a little too far, but last deflected off the hands of Rayleigh, so he'll stay here underneath. 5:58 to go in the third quarter. Head coach Robbie Sandoval, 21st season. But what's been more impressive as Fonseca lays it up and in is every single season he's been here, they've either won their league, the Grossmont Hills League, or they've been the co-champion. 20 consecutive seasons, just an incredible feat.
Unbelievable, and a ton of section championships as well. I mean, this girls basketball team, and by the way, back in 2018, they were a state champion. So, I mean, this is a team that has seen both recent success and perennial success in San Diego, but also at the state level.
13 CIF finals appearances, 7 CIF championships, all with Robbie Sandoval at the helm, most recently coming in 2018. Bravo steals the inbounds pass. Fonseca can't hit the layup. And Delino coming the other way. And there's a 3 by Meadow Delino. 74-18. And Fonseca lays it up and in off the assist from Bravo. Flournoy to Delino again from the corner and off the mark.
I thought we were about to see
I
Aaron,
thought so,
Aaron
too.
Rodgers out here on the basketball court as she was loading up.
I was about to call a touchdown pass.
Seriously. Mount Miguel had a pretty decent football season. Maybe these girls basketball players have been playing or practicing with the football players. I believe they were 3-1 this year, 3-2 this year.
Moreno and Fonseca will take a seat. Williams Pope and Jackie Brown will check back in for the Matadors. Brown, a senior. Williams Pope, a junior. Bravo finds that pocket three off the mark. And we'll say last off the fingertips of the Monarchs. He talked about court spacing in the first half. What's been really prevalent so far when you look at the movement from the Matadors is their court spacing, swinging the ball. And they're getting really open shots, even if they're not hitting them. They're just giving themselves so many opportunities for clean looks.
That was a great play by the Monarchs offensively. Really well. You just got to finish. That's really what it is.
Williams Pope drives inside, knocked away. It'll stay here with 23 to shoot. 3:49 remaining in the third, 76-18. Matadors in front. The last time that these two teams played was back in February of 2016. The Matadors won 78-12 in that matchup, and again 24-0 in the all-time series. Nice find inside, and Williams Pope lays it up and in. Who's the assist woman? It's Rojo. Williams Pope is quietly having a really nice ball game. 10 points.
And a block.
Yeah, good defense as well. Leaking out on the other end is Rojo, not before a travel. And listen to this, Johnny. 6 out of the 7 players, or rather I should say 5 out of the 7 players for Mount Miguel in double digits in this game.
They have done a great job building that continuity. This is a team of ball players, man. I mean, every single one of these athletes on Mount Miguel is a threat on the offensive end, and they all play hard defense. And we're seeing the epitome of that here tonight against the Monarchs.
Excellent ball movement, averaging 14 assists per night as Fonseca is hacked inside. But again, a good foul if you're Monte Vista, sending a poor free throw shooter to the line, at least just making her earn it, not just giving her an easy bucket.
Oh, there's going to be fight in Monte Vista until the end. I promise you that. And hard foul is making Matador offensive players earn it at the free throw line as part of that fight.
Trying to take on the mantra of their head coach, Sabrina Jimenez, who she in her own right, a former high school star at Granite High School, which is in the league that Monte Vista plays in, the Grossmont Valley League.
Yeah, Granite Hills in the heyday was really good at girls basketball, and she was on those teams.
Ended up playing college basketball at San Diego Christian College, then transferred to Cal Lutheran in the 2012-2013 season. So she's got her own credentials and has certainly turned around this program that was 13-16 last year. Again, now 10-2 on this year.
And they play, I mean, this is just a tough area. Like we said, girls basketball in San Diego is one of the best. And Monte Vista, nice shot right there. Perry just a step inside the arc. Was it a three?
They'll say it was just a rhythm three for Jennifer Moreno.
She is unbelievable, man. Off the bench.
Up to 20 points now, above her season average. Scored a career high 43 points in the season opener against Morse. And had she opted to shoot the ball more in this game, she may have well been on her way to that mark as well. Had 11 points in the first quarter.
I just want to point out here on the Mount Miguel schedule as they force a turnover, they have another date with La Jolla Country Day later this season on the 5th of May or on the 8th of May. I highly recommend that everybody tune into that game because that's going to be perhaps the game of the section this year.
And you always know that the second round matchups, second time you face a team is normally more difficult than the first as both teams are able to make adjustments. So you're right, that's going to be a fantastic matchup. Third team foul against the Matadors in the second half, just 2 for the Monarchs. 83-18, 1:28 remaining in the third quarter. Again, make sure to stick around for the boys doubleheader coming up at around 7 o'clock. That should be a great one as well.
Yeah, there's a separate stream for that, so make sure you head over to the Prep Insider Sports page on YouTube where you found this one. You'll find the second stream there as well.
Moreno with a steal, or rather, yes, Moreno to Rojo, who lays it up and in.
Rojo.
They make up a real dynamic duo, Johnny. Moreno and Rojo, active hands. They can score the ball efficiently and effectively. Just makes this team so much more dangerous as Jalen Bacala hits a corner three. Jalen Bacala, rather. Moreno with a tough jumper.
And now that 8-second difference between shot clock and game clock here. We'll see if Monte Vista decides to utilize the 2-for-1, but I think they're just going to look for the best possible shot.
22 on the shot clock, 28 seconds remaining in the third. Rojo able to collect, bounce pass inside. Moreno, count it, and a foul.
And one for Moreno.
89-21, 22.3 seconds remaining.
13.
And again, Moreno just a sophomore and already showing tremendous, not only promise, but already a really talented player.
Incredibly talented leader on this team. Very dynamic, as you've been able to tell. Not just a three-point shooter, but can facilitate, can penetrate inside the paint and really force pressure on your bigs. Very dynamic player here for Mount Miguel.
Final 17 seconds remaining in the third quarter, 90-21. Matadors in front. Tolino drives and last touched by the Matadors with 9.1, so we'll stay underneath.
Yeah, this quarter has been the slowest of the three so far. The pace of play, though, even though it's slowed down, hasn't hindered the Mount Miguel offense at all.
Final 5 seconds. Flournoy turns it over. Rojo. Third quarter, three-pointer off the mark. She hit one at the end of the first half from half court. So 90-21 is the score after the third quarter. And as we step aside for a minute break, we want to recognize our nation's Marines. Our nation's battles are not fought on the sidelines. They're won by our Marines. Earning the title Marine will instill a sense of accomplishment within you greater than most will ever know. To learn more about the opportunities available in the Marine Corps, go to www.marines.com. And to those of you who fight and win battles every day, on and off the playing field, show the Marines your fighting spirit and take what's inside to the next level. Again, find out more at www.marines.com. And Johnny, when we think about Marines, we think about a team and everyone on a string. And tonight, the perfect embodiment of a team effort, of a team lead, you should say. Mount Miguel, 90-21, but again, 5 players in double digits. It's really epitomized the ultimate team performance.
Yeah, man. I mean, when you look at the embodiment of tonight's performance, that's exactly it. And to put just an exclamation point on it, very few turnovers. They've done a great job keeping things clean offensively. getting to the free throw line at will, not really fouling too much on the board. Really, overall, just a complete game for Mount Miguel to this point.
So 90-21 as we begin the fourth here inside the Matadome. And it has certainly felt like that. Gonzalez drives and is fouled. Monte Vista, 15th in the CIF San Diego section, number 42 in California. Obviously not the showing that they would hope for, but this is still a really good team with a couple really good opportunities left. They're about to embark on league play in Grossmont Valley League, so yes, this one might sting right now, but still plenty of opportunities to improve as the season progresses for them.
And El Capitan is really the team that stands out on that schedule. What they have going on out at Lakewood, really, really good stuff from El Cap. So I'm excited to see them play Monte Vista in league play.
And a turnover from Bravo. Give the ball back to the Monarchs. 90-22. Monte Vista, again, what's really impressive, despite this score and this deficit, as Gonzalez hits a three in the corner, is prior to the season, they weren't a top 25 preseason team. And now they've already climbed to 15 in the San Diego section, so it speaks to the improvements they've already made mid-season. Williams Pope now up to 14 points. Delino takes it all the way to the rim, can't finish. And here's Rojo. Fonseca, perfect pass. Pope again, the beneficiary.
Ball movement, man. I mean, it is just picture perfect to watch here at Mount Miguel.
The Monarchs, in their own right, entered the season ranked 13th in the preseason San Diego section. Bravo can't hit. Rojo the trailer, and nice reverse underneath. 96-25. The first time that these two teams are playing in 5 years. 25th meeting all time.
Nice move. Tough miss, but really nice move to create space on the baseline.
Gonzalez has had some good penetration, just hasn't always been able to finish. And the loose ball scooped up by Delino. Flournoy, the three-point marksman, banks it in. We haven't said her name so often tonight, but when she gets cooking, she's the best three-point shooter on the team.
I mean, that was the release looked errant, but she found a way to drop it through. Doesn't matter how it goes, as long as it goes through, it's 3 points.
2-on-1 opportunity. De Leon draws the foul. Angelina De Leon, a sophomore, rebounding leader of the Monarchs this season, averaging 6 rebounds per game to go along with 9 points. Also the leader in blocked shots.
Al-Asadi checks in for Monarch.
Knocks down both free throws. She's got 6 points tonight, 96-30, with 3:52 and counting remaining in the fourth. Again, make sure to stay tuned on the other stream for the boys doubleheader coming up.
Yeah, that'll start about 20 minutes after this one.
Fonseca with an and one. She's just been dominating the paint. And I think, Johnny, when we look back at what they've been doing well, not only have they been running the floor well, but they've been getting really good deep post position, and they're making those catches right around the rim and taking advantage using their height.
I mean, that's the best way to utilize your height, is keep the ball around the rim. See the and one go through right there. Keep the ball around the rim and just trust your bigs to utilize their length and footwork to find the bottom of the nylon.
99-30, 3 minutes remaining in this ball game. Oh, DeLeon had a nice move, swatted away by Williams Pope. 2-on-1. Bravo will keep it herself. Too strong, and it's going the other way. Coming up for Monte Vista, they face off Granite Hills to open up their Grossmont Valley League, followed by Santana. Those games taking place on April 27th and April 30th. And for Mount Miguel, they've got a tough stretch. Johnny highlighted La Jolla Country Day coming up, but their next matchup, not much easier, taking on Torrey Pines.
I believe Torrey Pines is 12-0, by the way, this year so far.
Yes, and then Helix is following that matchup.
Yeah, Torrey Pines Cathedral in 2 games and La Jolla Country Day in a week. This team has its work cut out for them.
But if they play in those games like they're playing tonight, they'll give themselves more than a fighter's chance. Up to 101 points in this game. As Gonzalez can hit again. The season high for them in points, 103 that they scored against Morse in their season opener and Valhalla not too long ago on April 14th, so just about 10 days ago.
Yeah, definitely one of the higher totals here in the section this year. They can get up to it.
101 to 30, 133 remaining. Matadors on their way to 9-2. Monarchs will drop to 10-3. Williams Pope coughs it up. Somehow DeLeon keeps it, finds Delino, who will lay it up and in. 101-32 with 1 minute remaining. So we'll see if the Matadors can tie or eclipse their season high in points. Not that that's the goal at this point. Another turnover. And Gonzalez is fouled by Brown. Now there is a running clock. So I don't know if they will stop it for free throws. Doesn't look like they will. Side out. Still playing hard, though, the Matadors and the Monarchs.
Yeah,
so these free throws, I was about to say, will probably be the final 2 shots of the ball game. Final 7 seconds as Angelina DeLeon take the final free throw, hits, and 101-33 is the final. The Matadors of Mount Miguel improved to 9-2. Monte Vista dropped to 10-3. Don't go anywhere. The post-game interview with the player of the game is coming up in
exit out the doors where the cheerleaders are when you're leaving the arena, aka the Matadome.
Adding up checks don't mind us. Get your stinking diamonds. I bought a plain Jane, roll it deep, bought that vein. I think my back got scoliosis cause I swerved the lane. Heard you signed your life for that brand new chain. I heard think it came with stripes, but you ain't straight with the game. Walk it like I talk it, 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 walk.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the post-game interview with player of the game, Jennifer Moreno. Jennifer, huge night for you, 24 points, but more importantly, your team played really well from start to finish. What do you think about your guys' performance tonight?
it was good, but we could have done better. You know, we need to hustle more on defense. But yeah, it was good.
You guys win 101 to 33, but again, you improved to 9-2. But I think what's more important is you guys were so active defensively. You forced a lot of turnovers. Speak to your guys' defensive performance tonight and how impressed you were with that aspect of your team's win.
Okay, we're basically the whole year is based on the team playing D, because last year it was like our weakness, you can say. It's still our weakness right now, but we're working on it, and it's like we're getting better at it.
The other thing that's really impressive is your guys' depth. 5 of your players scored in double digits tonight. How fun is it to be playing in a game when you have all these teammates that you can rely on to chip in every single time?
It's really fun because, sometimes when Sana or Cho or Natalie is wide open in 3, like I just pass the ball and I'm like hoping like they're gonna hit it. It's real fun.
Well, it was certainly fun for us to see you. Thank you so much for taking some time. I'm with player of the game, Jennifer Moreno. The final score here at the Matadome is 101 to 33, the victory. And make sure to stay tuned. The boys' game is coming up in just a moment. We'll be back in a second.